Welcome, ladies and gentlemen. We are about to begin our presentation. Kindly turn off your mics and videos. There will be a Q&A session after this presentation, where you'll get the chance to ask our presenter some questions. You may then raise your hand for any questions or type them in the chat. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I would like to extend a very warm welcome to all of you. We appreciate you for taking the time off your busy schedules to join us today for our presentation. We hope you will find this presentation to be fruitful and engaging. Ladies and gentlemen, today we have a very special guest. Our presenter today is Professor Omar Kasule. Professor Omar Kasule is the country manager of CashTelex Uganda. He is an early investor in CashTelex, a senior mentor, and an entrepreneur. He has been a key player in the evolution of CashTelex all these years. I am so delighted to host tonight, and I am sure the audience is anxiously waiting to hear your words of wisdom. Join me to welcome Professor Kasule on the stage. Professor, I hand over the mic.
Thank you very much, Salma. Good evening, good morning, Malaysia, good evening, Africa, and good morning everywhere, elsewhere in the world. I'm very happy tonight to be here with you. And I want to first of all thank Salma for that wonderful and warm welcome, warm introduction she has given to me. I feel very comforted. Salma is an IT expert based in Malaysia. That's why I was saying good morning, Malaysia. You know, we've got a 5-hour difference between Uganda and Malaysia, and 7 hours between Nigeria and Malaysia. So it must be somewhere around 2:30 a.m. in the morning in Malaysia. And Salma has been just there, is just there, excited as she is, or she sounded, to be here and, make this sharing or engagement, conversation tonight happen. Thank you very much, Salma. Good evening once again, ladies and gentlemen. I want to welcome you once again also to this very important show. It's a conversation actually that we want to hold, and we are going to be talking about basically 3 things. We are going to talk about blockchain financial inclusion, right? Which is the blockchain is a platform where we are going to be talking about money, and including, when you say inclusion, it means there are people excluded, and we want to include them. And guess what? There's a particular almost whole part of the world that's terribly excluded, and that is Africa. However, tonight we want to see if there's something we can do about this exclusion. So we want to include as many Africans within the ambit of financial services, okay, as possible, as many Africans as possible, and in a worthwhile manner, Well, let me just begin by giving you some background about Africa. Yes, some background information about Africa, poverty in Africa. That graph, I think you see there, is really amazing. It is a forecast from 2015 to 2040. That's about 25 years, all right? And there are 2 indices. Index number 1 is Africa, the blue line. And then index number 2 is the world, the rest of the world except Africa. With regard to poverty, number of people living in extreme poverty, not just poverty, extreme poverty. By the year 2040, the rest of the world will have reduced to something like less than 200 million people, maybe 100 million people. But in Africa, we are going in a different direction. By 2040, when the whole world, the rest of the world is reducing poverty levels, Africa will be rising in poverty levels. We can't allow that happen. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight here, we cannot allow that happen. And we are going to do something. We are actually doing something about it. So don't be very much scared. But that's the fact as it is today. Okay? You and I and your neighbor and your friends and other people, relatives, are in that kind of trend. So when you talk about poverty and you think about hunger, okay? Hunger and the nutrition in Africa. This global hunger index of last year gives you a picture of where we are. The level here is serious in green. Green sometimes means peace, but here means serious, hunger. These countries are under serious hunger by as late as last year. Okay? You can see Niger, Liberia, Lesotho, Sierra Leone. Nigeria is here, most of the people in Nigeria, and Uganda. Uganda actually is not even very green because for us to be very depicted as very, very vulnerable, we even don't have the statistics. We even don't know. There's no data. So there's incomplete data. And in economics, when you're going to address problems or challenges, you need data to know how many people are hungry so that you can plan for them. It's like in a home. You want to know how many people are going to eat before you prepare a meal. Not so. Look at this. Uganda, countries with incomplete data for 2021, but assumed to be in the serious range: Guinea-Bissau, Mozambique, Uganda, and Zimbabwe. That's not very good history. Those are not good stories about Africa. Look at the other thing. All these are indicators of poverty and lifestyle and where we are in terms of money. Africa has never been favored, right? We are at the lowest of the low. But my appeal to you tonight, my message to you tonight, my hope to you tonight is we are doing something about it. Look at the employment rate in Africa, 2022, you can see the blue lines are the female, okay? In Southern Africa, the female are the most unemployed. The male are the dark blue, and the gray, of course, is the total. The source is International Labour Organization, not disputed. Statistica, 2023. But look at that, Southern Africa. It is very pathetic, including South Africa. Northern Africa, look at the way, the women are the most unemployed, of course. West Africa, the female also, rather the male are more unemployed in West Africa. Give a clap of hands to the ladies in West Africa. Central Africa, maybe also. Eastern Africa, the women are the most unemployed. So these are not very good. And either way, why are we interested in the female here? Okay, when the female are unemployed, it becomes quite pathetic because at the end of the day, we men go to the market and buy food and do shopping. It turns shopping in food, the meal on the table, it is the women. So ladies on the platform, let me see if we have got quite a number of ladies on the platform tonight. If you are there, you are in the right place. Because tonight, you are going to be looking at what it is you can do to put food on the table. It is a natural thing, okay? Every time I remember, I want to give my experience. I remember when I was young, I would never tell my dad I'm hungry. I go to my mother. I would always go to my mother, Mommy, I'm hungry. And I also see kids here. Even if the guys, the men do buy food, but the kids know it's the mother to provide. Okay? So when women are really very much disenfranchised, very excluded from the financial bracket, financial formulas all over the world, especially in Africa, becomes very scary and it's very, very, serious. So women on the platform, you have even the guys on the platform, empower your women, empower your sister, your daughter, whoever it is out there, because they are the people who are always meant to feed the family. Even if the guys go and buy the food from the market and all maybe make the money, but the turning of food, of shopping basket into a meal is the duty, responsibility of the women. So women here, when they're discussing these issues, you should be taking a very, very serious interest, because we hold you very high in that regard. So now, after having seen those pathetic areas, somebody called Compassion International, with due respect, says understanding and addressing poverty in Africa. When you look at that picture, what does it tell you? The heading is understanding and addressing poverty in Africa. Compassion International, very beautiful name, mashallah. But what does the picture tell you? Look at the hands of those people, all right? They're not very well, washed, so they're not hands of lazy people. They're hands of very hardworking people. But what does it say? Begging. Is that how you're going to be addressing poverty in Africa? By begging, putting our hands like this, like they have done there, so that to beg? No, 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 no. We have got a very different formula for this problem. Understanding, we know. Addressing poverty in Africa, it can't be by begging or by putting our hands the way they are put. We are going to be using this as the formula. Blockchain technology. This is a new technology, a new state-of-the-art mechanism that allows, first of all, is very, very secure, because it has got what in the internet, in the industrial revolution we call the CIA. This means it has got confidentiality, it has got integrity and availability. It's confidential because whatever you do, nobody else can control, nobody else can keep in there. It's absolutely yours. Nobody controls it. And it has got integrity because it is very secure. Nobody can tamper with it, right? And it's always available, all right? And that's platform. This is what it does, okay? Blockchain can help, the technology we're talking about, and lead to or enables tokenization of assets. By tokenization, we mean the process of converting assets into small units that are huge, enterprise, maybe worth 100 million, and be broken down into small portions so that they can be owned by individuals, by as many as 100 individuals, 100 million individuals, or more than that. Okay, like we have here in the CashTelex ecosystem, as we shall say, as I shall see soon. What is the CashTelex ecosystem? CashTelex is Africa's first asset-backed blockchain and is successfully building solutions to solve the existing crypto issues in the blockchain space, like volatility, scalability, and instability. It's a crypto, yes, big time. It's a cryptocurrency, and cryptos, guys, some of you out there, when we talk about cryptocurrencies, you get scared, you get butterflies in your stomachs. But that's where the world is going. We must be at the forefront of technology. We cannot afford to be left behind. If this technology can be harnessed in Africa and we can jump on it, guys, let's get on board, because in 5-10 years down the road, everybody will be going this way. Okay? Everybody will be going this way. This is CashTelex as a company has got the following, ecosystem elements. We've got CashTelex exchange, which I'll be showing it to you. We've got CashTelex cities, I'm going to be showing it to you. Remittances, CashTelex gold shops, CashTelex mobile wallet, giving options, and so on and so forth. Let's go through the CashTelex ecosystem. What are the kind of businesses that can be done? Look at CashTelex City. This is the most, the hottest of all of them. This is a city that's going to be established. Already, we have got 374 units. All of them are fully reserved. All right? People on this platform and others who are not yet here on the platform have actually reserved numbers of houses, 2, 3, 1, 10, 20 of this in this city, off plan. Now, after fully reserving them, we're going to start constructing those units in Uganda. We are beginning with Uganda because the CashTelex City Uganda is the one that has been so far completely closed by ways of reservation. So here, what happened? Everybody reserved a house at between 7 million and 10 million, and they are going to every reservation fetched somebody 12,000 shares. See, it's a community, it's a company, it's a program, call it whatever you want, that is owned by Africans. We actually are the owners. Those who have gotten houses, those who have gotten shares, ordinary shares, we are the owners because this blockchain system, this program or this entity was developed and was given to the people of Africa. It was developed by Africans. And instead of owning it by themselves, 2, 3, 5 of them, they said, no, we give it as a gift. Let every African buy shares and be the owners. So people bought houses. Others are buying shares. Okay? 200 shares, 500 shares, 1,000 shares, 12,000 shares. But whoever got a house, reserved the house, got 12,000 shares. Gold. I mean, have you ever wanted to invest in gold? This is your chance. We've got gold stores. People are going to have gold coins. They're going to have, gold shops around the cities, major cities in Kampala and other places, right? And because CashTelex is a crypto, people will be able to exchange, convert their crypto, tokens into gold coins, and life will move on, right? We have got in the CashTelex ecosystem money transfer. Transferring money these days is a very, very important thing because people are living all over the world. People have roots in Africa, people have roots in wherever they are, and they are now living the diaspora. So when do people move? Why do people move into the diaspora? To make money, but not to make money and spend it there. They want to send it back home. Okay, so when we provide a platform where money can be remitted between to and from, I mean, that's a big time business. All right. So our ecosystem provides for that. And that's going to be bringing in money, of course. What about CashTelex Go? This is an online platform where people can buy and sell, goods. People can buy goods like Alibaba, Amazon, or whatever it is. They can buy. And the good thing is when you use CashTelex, because CashTelex is also money, it's currency. When you buy using CashTelex, you get 50%, up to 50% discount. Some of the items can go up to 50% discount. So it's amazing. And this is the exchange. That's one of the most important aspects in our ecosystem, the CashTelex exchange. This is the money-making machine. This is where all transactions are going to be taking place. And whatever money, whatever profits are made, charges made, they're going to be bringing in money, income. And that income, we're going to be sharing it as shareholders. Remember, everybody was going to cash, who holds CashTelex. Those are coins as much as their shares. Right? If you've got 1,000 coins, you've got 1,000 shares. If you've got 20,000 shares coins, you've got 20,000 shares. All right, and all the transactions. All right, you know, I was reading somewhere today, it was today or yesterday, that you know what's happening in the world, BRICS, those, you know, Brazil, you know, Russia, India, China, and South Africa, a new economic bloc that's emerging. They are intending to use blockchain. All right, they're going to be using cryptocurrency. You imagine transactions of those countries go through our exchange. Are we not in big business? Those transactions, people, one or the other, have to go through our exchange. And imagine how much money we are going to be, you know, tapping. 10, 20 years ago, somebody invented mobile money. They have made a huge catch. Mobile money is going to be phasing out very soon. Why? Because it's secure. It's going to be faced by CashTelex with a very secure, you know, very available and very fast and very cheap, you know, means of transaction. It's going to phase out. We are positioned. By the time the global south, the global east gets into a crypto world, our exchange is going to be out there. And how many transactions are going to go through this? And how much are we going to charge in terms of fees? That is a big time business. You see, sometimes we think some things can happen and we are not happy. But God has something good in those things for us, right? When the war broke out in Ukraine and, you know, Russia being locked out, being switched off, interswitch, the international what is it called? The SWIFT code, when they were locked out and the US did whatever they did, they put sanctions. Russia says we begin our own block. Now they are beginning the block, and it's beginning in digital, crypto, and it's good. African countries are going to be part of that. So Kenya has already been registered. South Africa, of course, is one of the original members. You take this blockchain, this exchange, for access to this exchange in South Africa, you will be the master. Invest now if you have not done anything about this. I'm telling you. So where are the sources of revenue when we say we are going to get, you know, shares and you are going to be shareholders, and you're going to be getting, you know, dividends? Where does the money come from? This is the thing. Digital bank services enabled by the exchange platform. That exchange is not just a mere exchange; it's also just banking services. You know, transactions in you know, changing foreign exchange. You know, US dollar to crypto, to US dollar, crypto to Uganda shillings to Kenya shillings. You know, BRICS crypto to, you know, CashTelex crypto. We are set to do a very big deal. Mobile money services enabled by the wallet. We've got an independent wallet where you can be able to transact, you know, send money across and then get it back here, and so on and so forth. Real estate, we've already seen one of the examples. CashTelex City in Uganda has been reserved. But the subsequent cities, unlike this one in Uganda and Nigeria, the subsequent cities are not going to be getting you, you know, the dividends, rather the shares. People will just be buying those cities, buying houses in those cities using our CashTelex currency. And all that is going to make the currency more scarce and therefore higher in value. So we are going to have gold stores, I've talked about them, economic platform, e-commerce platform, the CashTelex Go, just talked about it. All those are going to be bringing in resources. Now, what happens if somebody owns 1,000 CashTelex? Let's do a very conservative projection of, say, in the first year, if CashTelex value goes to $5, you know, by You saw the explanation by the CEO. Maybe by November, let's say by November, CashTelex value is $5, you know, and you have got 1,000 CashTelex. You'll be worth $5,000. And that is so much in Uganda shillings. In the next year, very conservative. We assume it will take a year, go from 5 digit to another 5 digit. Okay? From 5 to 10, 10 to 15, 20 to 30 in the next 5 years. You've got 1,000, you've got 10,000, 30,000 USD. That's so little money. Okay? Disclaimer here. This projection is an illustration of what is possible. And be more or less basing on the growth of our ecosystem time. Okay? Now, some of us who play Scrabble, when you say a word like this, benefits, it's a bonus. So I know my brother Abdullah Jakana there remembers those days. Okay, benefits. That's a very powerful bonus. What do you get? Income from the 28 sharing concept. See, we have got 100 million CashTelex. All right, 100 million is going to be put aside for miners. Another 100 million maybe will be put aside for the things like research and development, take care of the salaries of some people who are going to be working with CashTelex, and the remaining 80% is going to be shared by us, the shareholders. Whatever money they make, we're going to be sharing that. And that's going to be done on a daily basis. Why? Because our transactions are fully automated. As shareholders, we're not going to be waiting for a whole year to pass by so that we can get auditors, get the books audited, and then declare the profits and start sharing the dividends. No, this is done on daily, 24 hours. Every 24 hours, the books will be audited, profits will be declared, and shares will be distributed. Rather, dividends will be distributed to the shareholders, each according to the shareholder shares they are holding. Of course, there will be capital gain. I've just shown you a projection. All right, the CashTelex coin goes from $5 to $10. That's the capital gain or value growth of CTLX. I've just shown you that scenario in the projection there. Discounted access to new products in CashTelex go up to 40%. Some of them can go even up to 50%. All right, medical insurance, instant global remittances, and gold, share exchange. All these are benefits and a lot more. Right, guys. Just the dividends you get will tell it all. For me, if I get the dividends, I'll be very comfortable. New investment paradigm. We're talking about 21st century businesses. It will be very absurd if any of you out there goes to Lagos, you buy land and you build a shopping mall. I'm telling you, that will be a very, very big blunder. People are no longer going to buy things from the malls. They're buying things from their phones. They're buying things from their phones. Why should you build a mall? A shopping mall. Hey. So this is the new paradigm. Okay, enable of investment in assets by bigger majority, provide food, accommodation, clothing, and health. You remember the pictures I showed you there? Food, accommodation, clothing, and health. All of those are things missing for the poor people of Africa. All the pictures I showed you up there, all right? Global hunger index is being addressed here, okay? Poverty levels, extreme poverty means there's no food, there's no accommodation, there's no clothing, there's no health. All those are being addressed, all right? Not by begging, but by, this new investment paradigm of blockchain technology. And we're targeting at least 1 million African households. That's 10 million individuals. When we hit that, we shall say we are successful. What do you need to participate? National identification, email address, smartphone, investment of, say, 100,000 Uganda shillings or $60. That's all you need. It's not rocket science. Only those three. Identification could be a national ID, could be a passport, could be driving permit, could be anything national. An email address, smartphone, and that's it. When you get that, you contact us. Beginning tonight. That's what we do. Those are our contacts. Those are our WhatsApp group and the Telegram. Telegram is our major platform for sharing information and training and all kinds of communication. Go there. Thank you very much. God bless you.
Thank you for the powerful presentation, Professor Kasule.
Welcome.
It was a great learning experience. Ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of our session. Thank you all for attending. Until we meet again, have a good night.
Thank you. Good night to you also. Good morning to you, actually, Salma, and everybody in Malaysia.